On the last issue of RPG, um, our intrepid group of up-and-coming supervillains were enjoying what prison life had to offer for the most part. Um, kind of just, uh, I wouldn't say getting by because they were doing better than getting by, but prison life seemed to suit them, especially when they were surrounded by people who were also mostly depowered like them, but they happen to have a guy that you can't really turn off natural muscle mass. So, uh, Hammer and by extension Sam and Gucky eventually sort of managed to find a comfortable spot where people just stopped messing with them for the most part. And as previously found out, Gucky, by befriending some of the higher, more well-regarded, more supervillain, like famous um, inmates, there was a generator underneath the prison, several hundred feet underneath the prison that powered the collars that, well, depowered every inmate. And with that knowledge, when their old friend, their boss's old friend, and by extension their old friend, Miasma, came to break him out, a gangster sort of styled supervillain who can turn himself into smoke. He broke in and he was breaking the fellas out. They went and made it to the evidence locker where Oshira was standing by, and the other stuff was this confiscated stuff was returned, and Sam and Gucky got something interesting. I believe Gucky, you got the electricity sort of. What was it, like the electricity clause? I think, or something like that.
That's right. Yeah,
And Sam, you'll just
I
have to
forget what
remind me. What
actually
did
what they did exactly.
I'm actually running on an old sheet right now because the permissions on the drive that all the RPG stuff's fucked right now. But
Oof.
oh uh did you remember what
I'm
I?
trying to remember.
You
It
guys
was
got the
cool.
gravity. You guys got the gravity gun back. Here, let me look back on my notes because I had
Sorry
a
about
huge.
that.
It's okay. I had a huge list of items that you guys would have gotten. Uh oh, here we go. No, let me look. Sorry.
Oh, is it the phasing? You could like phase out or something for.
Oh, right. Yes, you got. I believe it had two. Was it two charges per session or per? Oh man, I kind of wish you had like a physical non-Google Drive backup of your sheet. Um,
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to prank.
I mean, you could also just use like Notepad or something.
It's on my computer. I just don't have permissions for the drive at the moment, and I'm trying to give myself permissions, but it takes a while.
How does that even happen, dude? Shit. I don't remember. Yeah, it was phasing, but I don't remember the uses, like the use ammo for it. Did I say it was like? Did I do like two times or three times a session? I can't remember.
One of those probably.
Yeah, let's do two times a session until we remember, until we find it. Um, you had like the phasing. It's like a was it like a bracelet or just a device? I'm gonna say it was a bracelet. Um, so yeah, and of course Hammer doesn't need anything else other than Oshira. Also, I don't remember if you rolled in actually finding anything.
think I did.
Oh shit, did you? Or was that just a
I'm
roll to?
No, I'm
shit.
pretty sure I didn't roll to find anything.
Okay, then yeah. So Sam Gucky got interesting new items. Gucky got his sword back. Sam is the one that kind of holds on to the gravity gun for the most part, so he got it back. I'm gonna also say you did get like the car keys back because that was also confiscated from you guys. Not that it's anywhere here; it's still back in New York.
Right, yeah.
But it's better than not having the keys and returning. So after getting all your shit back, Miasma leads you downstairs after you've told him about the whole generator thing, hoping that destroying or turning off this generator, probably the former, will basically cause sort of like a bit of a superpowered riot that'll keep any nearby superheroes distracted as they deal with all these powered inmates escaping at once, which would leave you guys to sort of escape quietly amongst all the chaos. And when you went down a whole shit ton of stairs, you saw it. A generator that's I'm not really good about it's. I would say it's about the size of like a moving van or a dump truck. It's not like insanely huge, but it's still pretty big. And you thought that this was going to be easy, but then, as it always seems to happen, almost like this is some kind of narrative, you ran into a local superhero who sort of stalks the streets of Quebec, and you had heard of him before, thanks to a couple of inmates who had spoken to you on your first day in jail, which is the Red Cardinal. A sort of thin, I'm not sure if wiry is the word, but he looks fairly young he looks fairly young just by going by his body physique, but he carries around an arsenal of fairly lethal weapons and gadgets, and he sort of speaks in a very, what's the word? I guess the only word that's coming to mind is edgy sort of tone. And he's going to try and stop you from reaching the generator. And that started with Hammer tried walking past him, only for the back of Hammer's knees to be sliced with a sort of a combat machete.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Did he
that's
still
why
walk?
he's starting. Yeah, but that's why he took 2 damage undodgeable. I think because you jokered.
Yeah.
You tried running past him, and he just sort of like slashed at you with like a blade. Like his intention is to possibly mortally wound you. So,
Pro tip, don't aim for the knees.
well, let's just see what happens. And we're going to start there. And I'm going to have him go first because you jokered, and then you'll go. So it's sort of like, yeah. I mean, whether or not a hero has been at the end to start a combat, it kind of goes in the same order regardless. But after he sort of slashes at you, Hammer, he sort of like does the thing where he sort of whips his wrist, that's the wrist of the hand that's holding the blade, so the blood sort of like flies off it. He puts it back in its sheath, and you see him pull out something, and it's a sort of hand crossbow, and he's going to sort of make a maneuver. Yeah, he's just gonna sort of. Actually, no, he's not gonna do that. No, he is. Combat. How does combat work? He's gonna shoot at Sam, Gucky, and Hydra for each. Let's see how much damage he does.
Sam, Gucky, and Hydra?
No, sorry, and Miasma. Sorry.
If you use it 2 heads, it's 2 different people.
I told you to bear with me.
Dude, why have you not made a whole second you and forced Sin to split combat roles between them?
That would be a crazy plot twist if the full name wasn't Sam Hydra. It was just Sam and Hydra.
Each of you are going to take 2 damage dodgeable. As he sort of just like unloads like an actual barrage of sort of arrows amongst you, but it's a bit dark in here, and he hasn't fully adjusted his night vision mask yet. And he's sort of he's a bit less talkative when he's sort of focused. But now it is Dingle, it's your turn.
Fine, Red Man. If you want Hammer to crush you so badly, Hammer will. And I'm gonna sort of like stand up, like a little shakily on my fucking slashed knee backs.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to impede your movement, but it did hurt a lot.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try and fucking beat this dude's ass.
Sure, go ahead, try. Is that with melee, brawn melee?
You know
Is there any other flip?
No, there isn't, honestly. I have to... Why did I open up the folder for RPG just to close it? Why do I do that?
I'm still healthy. I'd like to add 2 flips to this with Bear Stance.
Sure.
Nice.
Not bad. I'm going to say you do get a...
Hold on. Can I... Let's just put like 2 drive on this.
Sure, go ahead. If it was the other Joker, I would have been laughing, I'm not gonna lie. So let's see. I'm going to say, for this, you get a decent swing in, and you send Cardinal sort of flying to a nearby wall, and the impact can be heard. But as you're swinging, he throws sort of like a smoke bomb in your face, and your eyes start watering. For your next attack, for your next roll, if you're going to attack, you're going to have a -1 to your card flip, because your kind of eyes are kind of watery. Like, he just detonated like a smoke bomb, like, right next to your face as he was about to be sent flying by, like, the Gulf Swings by Oshira.
Alright, fair enough.
And even though he hits the wall, he kind of falls to the ground and just sort of kind of gets back up almost immediately. But you can tell that you heard something hammer during the impact. You can tell that wasn't a nothing hit, but you're guessing possibly, or someone in this room who, you know, usually has critical thinking, his suit might be reinforced.
So he's like, I hit him pretty far away from me, right?
Yeah, he's like up against. I'm gonna say this is like a. It's hard to put it. Let me just do this. Say this whole thing is like a corridor. Say this is the generator. Car's not even here. You kind of like hit him into the wall right here. This is like, in my head, I imagine this is like sort of not a small corridor, but like just sort of like high walls on each side. There's like this is like, you know, staircase that went up and up and up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of the layout of the room. There's not really much here other than the generator and walls. It's like,
fair enough, yeah.
It's just like 4 squares that go down like 100 feet. Like 4 square walls that go down like, not 100, maybe more than that, but like a lot. So you hit him like here. If that gives you a good, like, you know, visualization.
Works.
And now it is Gaki's turn. Or not Gaki's else, sorry. Sorry, my brain.
I was gonna say, did I miss something?
Sorry. I
All
told
good,
you, just
yeah.
put up with me. My brain is kind of. I had a weird. I
It's
was
all
out
good.
late last night.
I think
Another bender.
while he's knocked down, I think I'm just gonna gun it straight for the generator and start just smacking it.
Okay. Give me a brawn melee if you're just kind of punching it. Are you using like extra hands and stuff?
Oh, I mean, always.
Oh, then I guess biology.
I do want to. Oh wait, yeah, no. I do want to use melee though.
Yeah, I said biology melee. Or no. Oh, wait, no. Then okay, then give me brawn melee. Sorry.
All good.
Sorry, my brain. I thought.
Because I am still healthy, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dodge to burn, and a couple drive for fun.
The
Interesting.
Croaker.
The croaker. And I'll refresh after this to fill my drive or dodge.
How do I handle this?
I like these high success jokers to start out with.
For who?
What?
Okay. I'm gonna say, Sam, while you're sort of beating on the machine with, I guess, your bare extra hands, you don't think at first you're doing a lot, but then at some point one of your hands kind of like runs through like a slight opening. And yeah, it's getting cut up to shit, but it's an extra hand. It's just gonna fall off anyway.
Like getting his arms stuck in the gears.
Yeah. Just popping out, whatever.
I would say... Yeah, I would say that... And then at some point you actually reach like further into the machine because of all the gears and machinery that's been sort of stopped. And you managed to pull something out.
I forgot. I've still got the color on the thing.
Oh, right, then yeah. This is just you with your bare hands then, sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, well, if I can get it disabled, then I can...
Yeah.
I can pop these
True.
off later.
Then I'm just gonna say you've just been hitting it hard and a bunch of times, and your two hands are just bloodied at this point.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm gonna say you managed to reach your hand in momentarily. You get shocked for 1 damage undodgeable because you just stuck your hand in machinery that's running.
Naturally.
But with the crit, you pull something. I'm not going to say you disabled the generator. I'm not making it that easy. But you pulled out some kind of like piece.
Something that looks important.
Something that looks important, and your hand is just covered in blood, and you're like, this looks like this might, this might
surely
matter.
this is worth it.
And then you just throw it to the side because, you're trying to break it, but yeah, I'm gonna say you did. I'm gonna say yeah, you did something interesting. The collars, as far as you can tell, are still on. But I'm not gonna say that you haven't made progress. But I don't want the fight to end in like 2 turns. So
I mean, we still have a whole fight to do.
yeah. And if you're not doing anything else, you can't heal yourself because you don't have your powers.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I can pass Gucky something if he wants to make use of it, but I don't really have any other
He
specific.
does have the Electro Claws.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm good for now.
Okay.
Gucky, it is your turn.
Gucky's gonna take the Electro Claws, and then like while he's holding them, reform his body into the shape of like a giant head. But like the Electro Claws are like the top
You do
row
have
of
the collar
teeth and
on,
bottom row of teeth in his big mouth. And,
You do have the collar on though,
oh,
so you can't really.
fuck! I still have the collar on.
That's the whole point of this fight. How do you fight without?
I
your
hate
What the
this
point of the
fight.
mask is.
I can't wait for it to be my turn again. I just had an idea that I can't believe it took me so long to come up with.
The only one who can use his powers is Miasma, and that's because he's not technically an inmate.
Is there like cogs spinning around in the machine and stuff? In the generator?
I mean,
I know generators don't typically, but is there any moving parts?
I did say it had gears earlier, and no one called me on it. So I think we have to honor that this for some reason is a generator that's like mechanically powered with gears.
I mean, kind of. Sam managed to stick his hand into like a small opening to pull like something out. But I'm not gonna say there's like big gears like running on the outside of it, but you can kind of see in small like openings.
Trick the inside being like full of just fucking random superfluous gears that are somehow important to the function of the generator.
All my plans are being thwarted here. Okay. Gookie's gonna put the claws on and swipe at Red Cardinal.
Sure. Give me a. Give me an agility melee, because the claws are kind of like fast. Like, I don't know what the term is. When I think of like claws in video games, that's more of a speed weapon than a power weapon.
Yeah, when I think of claws, I think use 50% of your special attack to do like 4 hits.
True.
One more? Alright, I'll hold that.
I'm gonna say you sort of run up to him, and the claws, and you press like a button on the side of like the glove, using your thumb that kind of turns on the electro claws. You get a decent swing in, but before you can go for your second one, Cardinal sort of catches you by the wrist and just sort of pushes you back a bit, so you can't get like more than just like one good hit in. And now it is Miasma's turn. Again, Miasma. I had all this time and I didn't even think about like what he could do. Oh, I'm gonna say he's going to go up. He's gonna run around. He's going up to you, say, says, "Hey, kid, stand back. Leave this to me. You worry about the red guy." And he's going to turn himself into smoke and like into the generator.
Sounds good.
Oh, he's the fucking dude from Hellboy 2.
He just turns into smoke. But that's sort of his hint that you can worry about the fight. Since none of you are really... Well, Hammer, you could probably do something with the generator, but... This guy is also dangerous. So...
Yeah, he's a hell of a lot more dangerous without powers, is my thought process.
Yeah. I mean, that's... I designed him to be like that as a character.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But
also him
powers.
without... He's also dangerous even though he's seemingly without powers. That's what I was getting at. Now, Sedge, are you gonna do anything else with your non-combat action?
Can
Are you good?
I guess restraining him would technically be a combat action, probably.
But also, you have the collar on.
You could just grapple him.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, just grapple him. But you can't do like the gucky, like...
No.
Yeah. Yeah, try and grapple him. That will be a Brawn Athletics. Okay, not bad. Let me see what he rolls. Since this is contested, I'll actually show it. Got 4 Brawn.
Oh,
Him.
Fucking show off.
He's got 4 brawn. He doesn't really have much else other than just him actually like doing shit. So.
hey, we take those burn successes.
That's
Very
actually so
true.
true.
Also, Gucky, because you did this, I want you to give me an agility. Give me an agility. Let me see. Give me an agility survival roll. I was pulling.
That's
from
the whole roll.
That's a great roll. I'm gonna say, Gucky, you try and grapple, Cardinal. Moving your pieces, so goddamn, I'm just moving this piece. And you think you get a good lock on him, and you're like, guys, I've got him. But in that moment, you hear Cardinal sort of whisper like, "Don't worry, I've got a few shocking surprises of my own." And in a moment, he presses something like on one of his like gauntlets, and his entire suit just becomes electrified. And I'm gonna say 2 damage, undodgeable, courses through your watery body, Gucky, as you're forced to let go.
Oh, Gucky just wanted a hug.
Sorry, I don't do hugs. And as he says that, you see him pull out another sort of like bomb, sort of like hand grenade, and he is going to. Okay.
When you said that, I definitely pictured he pulled out like a cartoon, like wick bomb with his logo.
No,
on it.
it's not. No. It's like a grenade. It's like a hand grenade. He does sort of like after he says that though, Cookie, he sort of like pulls sort of like a sort of like hand explosive out of his sort of, you know, utility belt, for lack of a better word. And he rushes towards you, and with a sort of like front flip, he flips over you. And he, in that moment when he's like right over you, you can almost see it like in sort of like a moment stopped in time. He like sort of presses like the sort of detonation to have it start going. Like he sort of pulls the pin, and he throws the grenade into you, and it kind of goes through your body because you're still technically made of sort of gelatinous water. And you feel a sudden rush of like icy cold like run through your whole body, and you're gonna take 3 damage, dodgeable, and I need you to give me a brawn biology check to see that if you avoid being sort of frozen or not by the sort of like ice grenade that he threw into you.
Brawn biology, you said?
Yeah. You gotta fight through the, Okay, so you avoid being frozen, but it still hurt like hell. And that is, for his non-combat action, he sort of pulls out what you think might be maybe a shot of adrenaline or something, and he shoots it like into his sort of, he shoots it sort of into his neck, and he does heal for like a tiny little bit of, like a tiny amount, after being like smacked by Hammer's hammer. And speaking of hammer, it is your turn.
Okay. So, I don't know exactly how things are. I imagine. I'm definitely picturing in my head that, like, Sam and Gucky are probably, like, within, like, arm's length of me, or maybe, like, a little bit further.
Yeah, sure.
Like, close enough where I can reach both of them.
If you want to do something interesting, then I'll say yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's just say it's like that.
So, Hammer's just gonna be like... Hammer is tired of stupid collars. And I want to grab Sam by his collar and grab Gucky by his, and I want to try and, like, forcibly, like, pull the collars off and, like, crush them in the process.
Sure, give me a... I'm gonna say for this, you gotta give me a brawn villainy.
Brawn... I do have some villainy, don't I?
You have 2 villainy. This is a truly villainous act. This is like the first real action of like you trying to break out.
I can break these cuffs.
I can break these cuffs.
Brawn, and I've got 2 villainy. Let's pre-goon it. Alright, you gotta ante that. That's 5 successes. I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to give you guys your power back.
I can break these cuffs. You can't break these cuffs. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. With 5 successes.
I know that wasn't technically my call, but I can't imagine there's any
No, I was definitely gonna do that either way.
With 5 successes, yeah. You just sort of effortlessly grab both. They're a little worried at first because you kind of grab, like, you kind of pulled both of them close for just a moment. But, you just sort of like...
It's kind of like how when you pull, like, a concert wristband off, where it's kind of like it hurts for, like, a second.
Oh, I was gonna say, you literally grabbed onto the collars and crushed that part that was under your hand so well that it just turns into, like, you know, like, just junk in your palm, and then that's, like, an opening where the collar just sort of, like, slides off of each of their necks.
Makes more physical sense.
And you guys now have access to your powers again, but Cardinal doesn't look phased. Oh, look at that. You managed to rub 2 brain cells together and figure out something that's actually beneficial.
Hammer is smart. Hammer knows a thing or two about rubbing things against brain cells. Let me show you. And I'm gonna swing at him with the hammer again.
Give me a brawn melee. Did you burn through your 2 jokers already? I forgot.
Sure did.
I think so.
God damn it.
And I still have a crit in there.
God damn it.
So how do I take the... So do I take the debuff on this? Because it's technically not my next action.
Oh no, your next combat action was debuffed. Yes. So this
okay.
I specified combat. Not that I'm not saying that to be like in your face. I'm just saying I remember that I did say combat specifically.
Yeah.
I do think you said your next action if it's a combat, but I know that I didn't think that was what you meant, which is why I wanted to clarify.
I'm not trying to debuff you on purpose. I was just in my head.
Fine.
I definitely think.
No, it's fine. I didn't know whether to interpret what you said literally because I didn't think it was what you meant.
It's okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I figured smoke in your eyes and your eyes are watery when you're specifically trying to like hit someone. It's going to be a little tougher until it clears out.
What was the penalty again?
Just
I think it was -1.
-1 card.
Oh, chill. So I just don't take my healthy flip. You'll goon point this then.
See? Okay. I can work with this. So you go to swing again, hammer, and trying to figure out a good way to describe this. You get like a solid hit in on like you get as it almost lands on him, he puts both of his arms up sort of like in a cross, sort of X, to like brace himself for impact. So But it is still a giant hammer that just smashed into his arms. So he did take a decent hit, but you didn't knock him to the side like you've done before.
Makes sense. I definitely pictured like I was going from like above and swinging the hammer down. So that makes sense.
Again, if the wall hit, if being hit into the wall was anything to go by, you have to assume, even if he's not powered, that maybe there's some kind of padding or armor. But he's still taking hits. He's just not like, this isn't like some civilian in like a costume though. Like he is, you've seen that he is prepared. And since you did both a combat and a non-combat, that is your turn. So now it is Zell's turn.
Red men should not block with arms. Good way to lose arm.
Trust me.
Speaking of, I'm losing these bloodied arms.
Are you trying to heal?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Okay. Give me an intelligence biology to see if you can heal your 1 point.
Cool. I have 1 intelligence. Why did I need to check that?
That's just how it be.
Sam only has 1 intelligence. That's kind of
Yes.
shocking to me.
I think we're all 1 in, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
you're
we
all
are.
1 in. It's just Sam knows how to like hold a normal conversation with an adult.
Drive. There we go.
Okay, you got your 1 health point back. You fool! That was my diversion to get you to use your non-combat. I'm just kidding.
I'm definitely picturing Sam just being like, he's like replacing all of his limbs one at a time. Like, oh, I have not had to. I haven't had to use the same arms and legs for that long. It felt weird.
Yeah, he definitely just needed a fucking refresh on.
It's like his equivalent of stretching. It's just replacing all of his limbs.
Crazy.
Oh, that feels much better.
Now for your combat action.
And now for my combat action.
Now for the moment we've all been waiting for.
So true. I think I don't know if this actually adds anything, but I think it would be a very cool visual to like use that like phasing thing. To where it looks like I'm just going for a raw sucker punch into him before I like phase through him and give him like a reverse groin kick.
Okay. I'm gonna say you're using it, so you are using it, so it needs to give you a bit of a buff. I'm gonna say, give me a wit melee with a +1, just a +1 card because you're faking him out.
But alright, healthy +1, and because it's melee, I can use my bear stance. And I'll throw an extra 5 on there.
Just an extra 5.
An extra 5 cards for the fans.
The extra 5 came in
You,
clutch.
you
Wow.
super needed them.
Hold on,
Okay.
just updating that before I
More,
forget.
I will say-
more than half your flip was in that 5 cards.
Okay, I will say your plan does work. You go in for the fake punch. He sort of braces himself, but your arm like flies through him, like it literally just like phases through him. And when he's not expecting it, he had his arms up near his face. You go in for the sucker punch. You go in for like the nut kick, and it works. And it looks like his whole bodysuit's been slightly reinforced, but that's still, he was not expecting that. That still really hurt. He doesn't do like a sort of comical motion though, like he just sort of like staggers back a bit, and just sort of grits through the pain. Not that you can even see his face, but you can kind of hear like a low, like, sort of like, I've dealt with worse than you.
Hammer
We'll see
finds
about that.
Hammer finds that hard to believe.
And as he says that, he's not going to attack, but you can see him pull something out of his utility belt, and he puts on sort of like spiked, knuckle bracers over his like fingers.
He puts on his spiked crotch guard, so we don't try to do that again.
And Zed, it is your turn.
While that is kind of going on, Gookie's gonna try and like sneak him from behind, and I'm gonna try and grab his face and like waterboard him with my own hand.
Jesus, all right. Give me a. Let me see. Give me an agility. Would that count as melee? If you're grappling someone?
Give me sneaking.
Yeah, you want the extra. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. You get an agility sneaking for this.
Huge.
One of you motherfuckers better Joker soon.
Joker.
There you
Look
go.
at that.
I
I'll
hardly
put some
know.
drive
I
on
didn't mean it
just
like
to,
that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Zell. Or Zed.
And a goon point.
Jesus.
Alright.
So,
Three's not bad.
I'm gonna say for a Joker, Gucky, you kind of forgot that like 5 minutes ago, he electrocuted you when you tried grabbing him. So you try and you take out your hands, you sneak behind him. I'm gonna say your successes is that you did get behind him very sneakily, and you've turned your hands into basically just two giant like water spheres, and you're just gonna like mash him together over his face to try and waterboard him, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as you do that, you see him press the exact same button that he pressed before, and another large bolt of electricity sort of runs down your body, and it hurts even more now that your body's back to its more like naturally watery. Like when you had the collar on, it was kind of more gelatinous. It was like halfway between like liquid and solid matter. But now that your powers are at full and your sort of cells are kind of back to its like more like water leaning, like matter configuration, it hurts a bit more, and you're going to take 3 damage.
Damn.
And it's going to make you back off too. And he goes, so I'm going to guess you're the one that never learns.
Oh, that hurts. Could you turn that off?
No.
Hammer
Why?
agrees. Should turn on. Hammer agrees. We have fought with electricity people using electricity before.
Well, that says something more about you than it does me. And for his turn, he's going to run past you, Sam, and he's going to stab you in the back with his combat machete.
What about Miasma's turn?
His turns are silent in the background. Every now and then you hear like a part of the machine sputter, but he's focusing solely on the generator.
Then he better
Every now and then you do
hurry.
hear him.
Better
You do hear
fucking
him.
hurry up.
Every now and then you do hear him go, what the hell does this thing do? I don't know. Zell, you take 3 damage. Dodgeable.
Ouch.
As you just feel a machete go right through your shoulder blade. I'm gonna say it barely misses your heart, but it does hurt like a motherfucker. And it hurts even more when he unceremoniously like rips it out again when he's taking it back. And for his non-combat action, he's going to kind of pull a classic here. He takes out like 4 separate smoke grenades. He throws them all at the ground, and the entire room is now filled with sort of a chilling sort of smoke. He has special smoke grenades that kind of cool the air around, like cool the air. So any sort of movement-based sort of actions, if the longer you're in this room, the slower you're gonna feel after a while. And that is his turn. What about you, Ningle? It's now Hammer's turn.
Alright. Okay, I've got an idea. First thing I want to do, I want to smash Oshra against the ground and try and create like a shockwave that blows this smoke away from like the center of the room.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I will say though, in the moment between your turn and his, he somewhat he used the smoke to sort of disappear somewhere in the room. Forgot to mention that. But you'll see him.
I'm trying to dissipate as much smoke as possible with
Gotcha,
this. So
yeah.
that doesn't
He's,
really
somewhere.
matter where he is.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of going to nail
in this
this.
moment, you just can't see him.
I'm kind of going to nail this, I think. What was that flip again?
I hadn't said it yet. Sorry. Yeah, just a brawn. Kind of don't want to do melee. I know it is melee, but like, are you meleeing against someone, or does it count if you're meleeing against the floor? Or should it be like athletics? Because it's a non-combat thing. I don't know. It's gonna be brawn something. You just want it to be brawn?
I mean, I got the cards out for brawn melee already. It would be a shame to have to put him back.
You can't keep doing this to me. Fine, you're meleeing the floor, but next time it might be athletics. I don't know. Oh no, how dare you would lose 2 cards. It would have been like these 2 MF cards. That makes like no difference.
It makes a big difference for the next flip.
It makes all the difference.
Yeah, you clear the smoke. And Cardinal has just sort of like made a bit of a distance between you. I will say it's not fully dissipated, but it's fairly dissipated. And
nice.
What about your... Oh, sorry.
Hammer does not understand Redman's trick. Why put smoke in air if so easy to clear?
Usually that works, but I guess not today. And he sort of gets in a sort of a squared up fighting stance because he's anticipating that you're probably going to try and hit him because it is your combat action, Dingle.
My combat action.
I'm kind of glad you got your crit on your non-combat, though.
You know what? It's gonna work this time. I want to rush forward and grapple him.
Okay. Yeah, give me a brawn athletics to grapple.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll dramatic failure that.
Do I even have to say what happens at this point? You sort of start to bear hug him, but what you don't realize is that even though you're bear hugging him, his hand is somewhat free, and he presses the same button on his gauntlet. And you feel a shock of let's see, of 4 a 4 sort of static electricity like just run down your spine, making your non-existent hair stand on the end of your head. And you're forced to let go. And Cardinal just sort of shakes his head, and you can see it through the mask. It's like, really?
Hammer thought electricity only affected Gucky. Hammer was sure that would work.
He's got a full mask on, but I feel like in the room you can feel his eyes rolling, like, extremely hard. He hasn't dealt with villains as full-heartedly stupid as you guys. And I mean that in the best way possible. So, yeah. Sam, please don't tell me you're going to try and grapple him.
Well, now that you mention it.
Oh my god. This whole combat's like, surely it'll work this time.
Yeah, but surely it'll work if I use the gravity gun to pinch him against a wall that I changed the gravity of, right?
You can try that. For that, I want you to roll an intelligence engineering to use the gravity gun, because it is still an unstable weapon.
Can I try healing myself first?
Yes, heal yourself first with intelligence biology.
Okay.
Because if this goes wrong, then
one drive, 2 drive. There we go.
back up to full health.
And 0 drive. Yeah, and then I'll do my intelligence engineering. Which is
just one
intelligence
success?
plus healthy, plus Goon point.
Was the other one just one success?
One success. I'm gonna say you stagger him against the wall, like you hit like the patch of wall behind him, and he gets pulled close to it, fair enough, but then you see like talons in his boots like shoot out of like the toe of his boots, and he's sort of like they sort of dig into like the cement floor. But you can see his cape is still struggling to like reach the wall. Oh, so interesting gadgets. I'm sure you're not the one smart enough to have made it, though. And
Hammer does not know why that matters. We will still crush you with it just as easily.
I'd like to see you try. And Gucky, it's your turn.
I sort of like turned to Sam and was like, what does Red Man think he has been watching this whole time?
So what? You didn't put any like protections in place over the generator, right?
No, my asthma's working on the generator.
No, we gotta help him. He's kind of going way too slow. I would have had this generator.
What is
broken in one
miasma
action.
doing exactly right now?
You can just sort of hear like clanks and whirs, and I don't know what to describe, man. He's inside the generator trying to turn it off.
Bro is not giving his A game.
I'm gonna join him and attempt to stop it in my own special little way.
I think any of us with powers get this generator done way easily than he does. He knows he just has to break it, right?
I put on my electro claws and strike towards the flashiest glowing part of the mechanisms.
Give me a brawn engineering for this, because you're looking for a mechanism.
Brawn engineering, you said?
Mm-hmm. The brongineering, if you will.
I will. I will dramatic failure.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not gonna say you electrocute yourself because your claws are made of electricity. But you're like, yeah, take this, take that, take this, and you think you're doing something crazy, but it turns out you've just been like hitting like a coffee machine that's been down here for like the guards. You successfully sliced up the coffee machine.
That's critical. He's not gonna be able to use that coffee machine to recaffeinate later on in the fight.
You turn around and go, guys, I've got a good head start on it.
Hey, Miasma, how cool was that?
Hammer did not even know that part of the machine was there. Good catch!
You can hear like Red Cardinal sigh through his mask. And before he can take his turn, let me see. Everyone, before he can take his turn, everyone give me a presence. Give me a presence. Everyone just sort of give me a presence check, like a straight presence flip.
Okay, that's 1 success. And that's 2 successes.
Okay. This is good someone at least noticed. Hammer, you're surprisingly, like, not, like, as, you're surprisingly, like, your sort of, like, second senses, as, like, are just sort of, like, actually, like, pretty sharpened today.
I'm locked in.
You're locked in.
I'm full on fucking barbarian enhanced awareness, dude.
You're
not
so locked.
You're not gonna catch me on a. You're not gonna catch me on a fucking like investigation check.
You're so locked in fact, that you notice the presence of 2 more people joining the inside the generator room now. As one, a man dressed in a similarly but not edgy sort of like black and gray sort of super sort of suit land next to Cardinal. And he's sort of holding a sort of bow staff in his hands. And then you also notice another presence, and you actually had the sort of... It's good that you noticed this. You hear, like, a fucking... Like, in this sort of echoey, sort of, like, acoustic room, a sniper, like, sort of, like, high-caliber gunshot rings in everyone's ears, and you manage to sort of move your head at just the moment that, like, a bullet flies past you, and you see another character in another similarly, but not entirely the same, sort of avian-themed costume with a large, well, gun, sort of perched up. And, Red Cardinal goes, "What are you guys doing here? I said I could handle this alone."
Ha!
And
Redman was so scared he had to call his other bird friends.
I didn't call them in.
Hammer saw you call them. You thought Hammer would not notice, but Hammer did.
Red Cardinal's about to rush, but then the sort of guy in the gray suit sort of stops him and goes, "Cardinal, I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. A superhero prison all on your own?" "I had this morning, Dove. You usually do, but I figured it was time. I figured it was a good call to call in backup. I saw." "Fine, just stay out of my way. And that goes for you too, Raptor," he sort of yells up into the sort of like staircase where the other one is perched. And that one sort of just gives sort of like a sort of a flirty wave, and the bodysuit on that one you can tell is slightly more feminine. "And don't miss your shots." And he's gonna go right after you, Hammer. And you're going to take 3 damage as he clocks you in the face with his sort of like spiked like knuckle dusters.
Right.
You kind of didn't realize he was even going at you. He kind of ran at you with shocking speed. Like he was just fucking locked in, dude. And you stagger back a bit.
This absolute buffoon. Thank you for the one drive, idiot.
Got him.
Got you. Don't you ever assume I ever need backup against idiots like you. And one of his, and the hand that he punched you with, the knuckled gauntlets are dripping with your own blood. He has ruined your perfect manly face, Hammer.
Okay. Remind me again how the gravity gun works.
Well,
So that spot on the wall has sort of like enhanced gravity field that kind of tries to, that's like pulling things towards it now.
It's like only a brief moment, I think, technically.
Yeah, it was only a little bit. It was, if he had gotten more successes, it would have lasted longer.
Can it last a little longer if I have something really fucking cool that I thought of to do with it?
You know what, just for this, I'll say yes, you get to do something cool. I'm gonna say that it's at the tail end. You notice that, like, small, like, rubble on the ground is still kind of being magnetized towards it. And, like, an empty, like, soda can is, like, stuck to it and stuff like that. So you can tell from just a glance that the gravity is still going, so feel free to go ahead.
I want to so I'm sort of like taking Oshra almost like a spear, and I want to thrust the head of Oshra like forward into his chest, and kind of push him close enough to this like protrusion in the wall where I can sort of like slam him into the wall with the force of both like myself and the gravity well.
Okay. Can I say that if you're both trying to push him and then attack him, do you want this to be like you use both of your actions and I'll have you roll 2 different rolls? Like the pushing and then...
I mean, the push kind of is the attack. I'm pushing him into the wall to hurt
Oh, sorry. I thought you were pushing him and then doing something.
No, I'm trying to like...
No, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm trying to push him and use both like the force of the heightened gravity and just hammer.
Sorry, I thought
like,
you were...
slam him into the wall as hard as possible.
Can you forgive me? I thought this was like a two... This was like a two, like, action... This was like a two-part, like a two-step thing. I'm sorry. No, yeah, go ahead. Give me brawn athletics for that.
Brawn...
Because you're also having to, like, use your legs.
Athletics, and I'll use
That's my justification.
Great.
Okay, I'm gonna say, for 2 successes, you do push into him. You kind of did like a bull rush with like a spear, with like Oshra as a spear, and you do hit him, but then you knock him out of the way, and you just keep going towards the wall, and then you suddenly find Oshra stuck in the wall. And the gravity did not...
I guess I will use my non-combat to pull her out, then.
Sure, go ahead. That will be a brawn athletics again. You did hit him, but you didn't, like, nail him against the wall. Yeah, you pull her out.
Alright.
Like, Excalibur from the stone, you just sort of, like... And for your one part of your Joker is that you think this was a calculated plan by Red Cardinal, but in fact it was just your own fuck up, so you blame him.
But gravity's supposed to attract red man, not Oshra.
And now it'll be Morning Dove's turn. He's going to sort of like jump over the railing that leads to the actual like part of the scaffolding that has the generator on it. And he's going to what can he do? Oh, he's going to try and pull the same thing that the Cardinal did, and he takes like a hand grenade. And Gucky, while you were slashing at the coffee machine and feeling proud of yourself, he sticks it inside of you and pulls his hand out, and another freezing grenade is gonna go off.
What?
No.
He hates my ass.
To be fair, this is the first time Morning Dove is fighting you.
Oh, I thought
And
that
he
was
got it.
I thought that was the other guy.
They're color coded, Gucky. Don't you know your colors? From like
The red.
Sesame Street?
If they're color coded, why does the red guy use freezing powers?
They're not color coded in powers. They're color coded as different people. And he got a crit, so I'm gonna say you take 2 damage, and you're actually like frozen now. You're frozen in place, but you got like a big smile on your face because you were still happy about breaking the quote-unquote generator, aka the coffee machine. And for his non-combat action, he sort of jumps over the scaffolding again towards Cardinal and passes him something that heals him for a couple points. And now it is Zell's turn.
Can I see if Morning Dove has any more of those somethings that he used to heal?
You can try and take one, but give me a agility survival to try and steal from him. Hit pocket time.
Right. I don't have any survival, but I've got agility, and I've got a goon point.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna say for 4 successes, before he's able to turn around, you sort of grab sort of like a pouch that's on his belt, and you catch them both by surprise. But before he can get it back, you take one of the pills, and you feel like instantly rejuvenated.
I was gonna give that to one of the other two, whichever
Well, no,
one wants
for
it
4
more.
successes, you grab 2 pills, but you immediately take one. I'm trying to be nice and give you it.
Why would he take one at full health?
He was at 2 out of 3.
Was I?
Yeah, you were.
Oh, did I take damage and not update it?
Well, you were at 2 out of 3, weren't you?
Said 3 out of 3 when that flip
Oh.
started.
Then never mind. You do manage to grab 1 pill. And with your 4 successes, you also have time to throw it to one. I'm going to give you time to throw it without having to roll to one of the 2 characters, although Gucky is frozen, so.
Touche.
But I'm going to say you have a moment. Just, do you want to throw it to Hammer, or even, try
Odds
to
or
throw it
evens?
Evens.
It's yours, my friend.
I was trying to fail it.
And Hammer, you heal for about you heal
No, no, my drive.
you heal for 2.
No, it's right above the threshold where I get drive at the start of every turn.
I mean, I could change it if you really wanted, but
It's all right.
I think my other action is going to go towards trying to get Gucky healed up as well.
Well, that was your non-combat action.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just gonna use another non-combat and then just not fight at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just...
Yeah. I don't know how to do this. Do you have any idea? About like.
Oh, actually, I've got an idea. I'll use the other charge of my phase shifter belt to place the pill inside.
Just give me a moment here. I just gotta. Oh yeah.
Since he's frozen. It's like.
Yeah. You're using. Sorry, I had to answer someone. I'm sorry. What were you doing?
Using my last charge of the phase shifter belt to
Oh, okay.
to
Yeah.
place it directly into.
Give me an engineering intelligence to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are all cool with Paul coming in, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
He just
let's
sent a message saying if he could sit in and listen.
Oh, yeah.
The answer
Alright,
is
so-
yes.
Welcome.
I'll be the fly on the wall. Hello.
Welcome.
Alright,
We're
so
getting
I'm
our ass beat.
healthy, so I've got to flip one
We are
more
getting our
after
ass beat.
this. And I don't have engineering, but I will use a goon point. So,
Sorry, I had
1,
to.
2, 3.
I'm sorry if I'm a bit distracted right now. I'm just.
Well,
Someone's-
luckily I got 2 on the other ones. But yeah, that's 2 and a Joker.
For the Joker, I'm gonna say you do look like you heal Gucky, but he's not unfrozen. And he gets healed for 2 points. But he is still frozen.
He just inserts the pill through my smiling, open mouth that's frozen solid.
You
Not
essentially
even.
just-
I like phase through you, and just like drop it in the middle of you. Yeah, that'll be my turn, I guess. There's a Sedge will be up to 4 now.
And before it is Legend's turn, it's now time for Raptor's turn. As she loads up as she sort of like, how do sniper rifles work? Do you like pull back on something and release like the empty shell, and then it goes, and then you can shoot it again?
Depends on the
It
gun.
depends on the rifle.
Oh fuck, I don't know. I was just going by like fucking movies where like someone does that. I'm gonna say she does that. And who's she going to fire at? Ooh. Actually, she's gonna take this time, and she's going to. No, yeah. Hammer, you're going to feel a burning you're going to feel a sensation in your upper foot as you get hit by a sniper bullet for 2 damage. Just kind of right above where Red Cardinal slashed you before. And you can hear it from above go, "I don't ever miss twice." And after she does that, for a non-combat action, she's going to do sort of a acrobatic pirouette and come kind of down to the sort of level battlefield, and she puts her gun away, and instead she pulls out like sort of 2 sort of like matching sort of like Uzis, sort of like submachine guns. And she goes, "You guys can't have all the fun without me." And she's going to, no, she can't really do a non-combat action, but now you're dealing completely with 3 fighters, as it is Zedge's
Jesus
turn.
Christ. How do we live this? Gookie's gonna rock back and forth in his ice form, as he stood like still near the generator, I presume.
Yeah. You are.
I'm
right
gonna
next to it.
attempt to break myself free of the ice and damage the generator by like just falling into it, I guess, with my ice bud.
Give me a presence. Give me a presence agility for that. Not agility, athletics. Sorry.
Alright, there you go.
Shit, man. I thought you had more than that. I'm going to say with this help of Sam, who did heal you a bit, I'm gonna say you sort of slowly come back. Like, you slowly melt back. Because you're standing next to a generator that's giving off a lot of heat. But, you weren't able to damage it.
Okay, well, I guess now that I'm thawing out, I will use my combat action to, swipe with the electro claws at it.
Okay, give me a brawn melee for that.
Also, I've been forgetting the flip bonus on the claws, which is an extra 2 from my notes. Alright, 2 successes.
Yeah, for 2 successes, you do in fact manage to do some successes. You do manage to do some damage to some actual noticeable damage to the machine, and it's starting to whir and sputter a bit more. And
Is this my asthma guy doing fucking anything?
listen,
Does he have any reaction to it being physically destroyed?
he goes, oh, yeah. You know what? And he's going to come out of the generator finally. Be like, yeah, I couldn't wrap my head around how that thing worked. I was trying to break it, but did you know machines nowadays are built to withstand smoke? That's crazy.
It's
Oh,
okay.
man, how hard is it to crush a generator?
Hey, look, man, I'm not really much of a fighter.
Guys, it's okay. I already got the most important piece. As I
And you
point to
still
the
point
coffee
at the,
machine.
Well, unfortunately for you, we have some fighting to do.
And oh yeah, now it is Red Cardinal's turn. Seeing miasma appear, he sort of uses a secondary sort of crossbow, except this one doesn't have ammo on it. It's like a grappling hook. He grapples up to like a nearby wall and swings over to Miasma, where he yeah, I'm just gonna say he just punches Miasma's lights out while he's still in human form.
Yo, this dude is fucking useless.
Miasma on ultimate fraud watch.
he spent 3 turns not destroying the generator, and they got knocked out.
What does he even do?
I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of regretted having him join you guys because I could not think of anything for him to do. I'm sorry.
You could have at least had him actually destroy the generator.
No, he did. He did some damage to it. He did some damage to it.
Fuck miasma. All my homies hate miasma.
Make him flip from the foes deck in the future, please.
Okay.
Yeah, he's officially miasma's officially an op.
I can't tell you how much health in numbers that the generator has, but it does look like that it is sputtering and spurring like it's not supposed to, even before Gucky hit it. So he was doing damage, it's just, these things take time. It's a delicate process, fellas. Is what Miasma would say if he was still conscious.
It's insane
It's a
that
shame
he
he's
got knocked
not.
out. It's insane that he got immediately knocked out.
This is a lesson, kids. When you smoke, you physically become weaker. Yeah, like, you know what? Red Cardinal just like punched punched all the air out of him because he's been smoking for like 40 years. You think that's good for his health? No, that's why he got knocked out easily.
Broken turned his whole body into smoke, and he got punched.
To be fair, Cardinal critted on that punch, to be fair.
I assumed.
He goes, huh, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And, Hammer, it's your turn. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but if you guys want to focus on the generator, then feel free.
Oh, yeah. No, Hammer's like gonna walk. Hammer's walking over and he's. Hammer not understand what big problem is. And I'm just gonna, like, just sort of try and drive Oshra right into the center console of this generator.
Yeah, a Brawn Melee, classic.
Oh, I'm not gonna add it because I'm gonna use it immediately. But I did start this. I did start this turn with 3 health.
That's
So
correct.
I have 1 drive to use on this, which I will. So that is 4 against the generator. I think your mic might be muted, Sin.
Oh, sorry. I was, again, I had to, I'm sorry, there's a second. Yeah,
Oh, good.
this, okay. Yeah, you fucking, like, start, like, hammering into this machine, literally. Making dents in it, and,
See,
Um,
it is easy. You do not need. Smokeman, I don't know what Smokeman means. Thinks he does not know how the generator works. You just crush it.
I'm just lecturing the unconscious body.
Yeah. I like haven't noticed that he's unconscious.
The other visual I had in my head was you had his like head held up, so you could force him to look at him despite him being unconscious.
Yeah, wait, that's way funnier. Yeah. Smokeman gets up. Smokeman gets up from ground and sees this, and I'm smashing with like. I'm like somehow one-handing Oshra and like smashing her into the generator while just sort of like holding his head like a little bit too close.
Yeah, that'll teach him.
Generator
as-
metal too weak. You can just crush it.
And as that happens, you're going to feel a grappling hook kind of try and wrap around you, Hammer, as Morning Dove. Oh wait,
Can I use my non-combat action to
Yes.
try and stop that from happening?
it was going to be a contested roll, so I guess it works either way. So
Okay, then I'm
Give
not
me a-
using, then I'm
give me-
not using my non-combat action. I'm
Okay.
simply going to contest it.
yeah, give me a Brawn Melee.
This dude made the biggest mistake of his life.
Okay. What is that? Is that 3 successes versus 3 successes?
3v3.
All right.
No, now
let's-
no, fuck it. Now I'm using my non-combat action. I wanna break through this tie and fucking pull this dude in.
Oh. Yeah, you do that. You pull Morning Glove closer towards you, but he doesn't look phased by it. He just
Wait,
sort of pulls.
can I flip to see like how hard I
Oh.
pull him in?
Oh yeah. Give me a straight athletics.
Straight athletics.
And athletics and athletics and brawn. Sorry, I'm dealing with a conversation with a family member, like I have to like text them. I mean, you did roll really good already.
I wanted this dude to regret getting into like a brawn v brawn with me. That's kind of my whole thing.
No, I know. You do pull him fairly close. but he doesn't look super phased, and he just sort of pulls out his he takes his staff and he twists it apart, and they turn into two sort of eskrima sticks. Or batons, if you want to be plebeian about the naming convention.
Stupid dove man! You broke your stick!
He turns to Red Cardinal and just shakes his head. Like, goddamn. Can you guys, like, just get out of this place? Well, that's what you're trying to do, never mind. That wasn't said by anyone. That's just what they're thinking. They're like, we want you gone, but we also technically don't want you to... I don't know. Doesn't matter. He just has like a disappointed and confused look as he turns to Red Cardinal. Anyway, Zell, it is your turn.
All right.
Everyone except for the woman who goes by Raptor that you've assumed by what Cardinal calls him is kind of all on the same scaffolding where the generator is.
I guess I'll start by sending, start with a non-combat, send Gucky an arm or something to gnaw on, hopefully heal some.
Okay. Give me a biology, and give me an intelligence biology to sort of heal.
Intelligence, I'm healthy.
Send us something to gnaw
There we go.
on.
I mean, you get three heal from it, so.
I really like that you've become like the de facto party healer, but just for Gucky, because you have like an infinite supply of things for him to eat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so yummy, thank you.
No problem.
Guys, we gotta get
That's
home
true.
and get back to the chicken nuggets.
I want to say that like Dove's mask isn't covered like his entire face. He's got like a sort of Batman sort of cowl. You can see him grimace as he just watches that play out in front of him.
You said you don't miss, huh?
I guess they never miss.
Shut the fuck
huh?
up.
Shut the fuck up, Dingo!
As I want to try and like, I kind of want to like try and force the sniper to shoot their teammate, and
Well, she's put her sniper rifle away. She now has two Uzis.
oh right,
And it's time to force her to shoot her teammates a
she's
lot.
got two teammates.
What in God's name are you planning to do? Like, what?
I mean, I can grow some arms to like try and restrict her, and also forcibly pull the triggers at her teammates.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you to do a brawn biology, but you need to roll pretty good to get like the very specific scenario that you're asking for here.
Yeah, I understand.
That is extremely.
Well,
Although your
I
plan
got
works
this.
out, but not in the way that you think it does. You manage to restrict her, and you somehow grow extra fingers on top of your fingers to like get to the triggers. And you're like, yeah, I got them. And then you end up accidentally shooting both Hammer and Gucky for a point each.
Damn, you really don't miss.
And part of your Joker is she does get out of your restraint.
Yeah.
And now it is her turn, in which she will retaliate by shooting you.
Well, lucky for her, or for me, I guess, I've got a bulletproof vest.
That's right. Wait, do you?
so right.
I do.
That's right. You bought it. You bought it at the store. That's
He's
right.
So right.
So I will have this success.
You
It's a-
fool.
But is it going to work like a real bulletproof vest, where once it happens once, it loses its integrity?
I mean, it just says it's a -1 to enemy firearms. So.
That's true. Never mind then. So Okay, well, -1. That's
It's
actually a
a
lot better.
really good vest.
That was me. That's actually, you know what, Zejin or Zo? It's really good that you reminded me, because that is better than halving the roll that I had gotten. It's just minusing 1 of the cards.
You can have the roll if you want to.
No,
we
I'm-
won't complain.
I'm good. You get shot for 2 points. She rolled pretty good, but she goes, "No, I don't," and she sort of reloads the cartridges. She's got like two pouches on her, like the side of her legs that like kind of like auto dispense like friggin' cartridges so that she can reload both guns without putting either of them down.
Played Call of Duty. The guns go below like the view of the camera, and then they're reloaded when you bring them back up.
That's so true.
Really funny that you can tell they're like these characters are like 3 different levels of like severity, because one of them just rolls up with a fucking high-powered rifle and Uzis. So now Zejin, it is your turn once more. You just got shot, didn't hurt that much, but 1 point, and you still feeling pretty good though? Are you going for the generator, or you gonna attack? What's your
Is
game
Sam
plan
close?
here? Sam's over here. He's all the way over here. He moved to try and get closer to Raptor to do the gun plan that ended up not working for her or him.
I'm gonna use my main combat action to attack the generator.
Alright, go
So I'll see how
ahead.
that goes
That-
first.
With what? Just like your fists, or
I think I have one more use of the electro claws.
alright? Then give me a brawn melee +1 to your thingamajig. You know how it goes.
We love +1s to their thingamajigs.
True.
There it
Hell yeah.
is. In hiding.
What I was waiting for.
Okay.
I'm gonna like put the claws on and then just start like sticking the claws in and then like climbing around like it's like a fucking kiddie playground.
Okay. Now hold on, fellas. I've gotta set this up, because Gucky just goes ham. His arms are stretching wildly with the gauntlets on the end, and he's just like Wolverine taking down like a sentinel robot. He's just stabbing into it repeatedly. The machine starts making a lot of noise. An alarm starts to blare, and in that moment, you notice the room is getting noticeably warmer and warmer and warmer and warmer, and then you can see Cardinal and his sort of his sort of peers. He goes, "All right, you know what? Let's get out of here." And in a smoke bomb, they all sort of disappear. And Sam, you're like, "Okay, Gucky, I think you got it." But Gucky, you just keep going and going and going, and then
Yay!
it gets really hot for a split second, and nothing. And we will find out what happens on the next season of Relic playing Goons, whenever that may
Oh
be.
shit.
Did we just die?
You didn't die. Clarification, you didn't die, but I'm leaving it on a cliffhanger.
I really thought you were about to be like, by the way, it works exactly like the generators from Dad King.
No.
just nuked yourself.
Yes.
No. Let me clarify. You're not dead, but I was like, in my head, I've had a couple of weeks to think about it when I wasn't studying for stuff. I was like, how do I end this season with a bang? And I'm like, wait a second, say that again to myself.
Yeah, we're dead.
No, you're not dead. You're not dead. You're
They
not
fucking
dead.
got our asses, dude. I'm just a guy with a hammer. I'm not surviving the fucking explosion.
You gotta just trust me, dude. Supervillains and superheroes survive much worse on a daily basis. But I was thinking, I wasn't in a rush to end, but I'm thinking to myself that like I really want the season to actually end like a comic book might, like before the next like volume or run, and a lot of times they sort of end on a cliffhanger so that people pay the next time they do like a first issue for a new volume.
Damn, we gotta pay for the next season of this?
No, you don't gotta pay. Well, I mean, I'm okay. Hold on, that gives me a good idea.
It's Battle Pass. It's
Paid
Battle
membership,
Pass.
paid membership to the RPG. No. I'm just, but
Getting kicked out of the voice chat because my Patreon subscription didn't renew.
no. But I hope you guys
Wait, what do
understand.
you mean my credit card fucking bounced?
Yeah, Paul's character rocks land on him and he dies instantly because his card
Oh
bounced.
shit! Yeah.
No, but and also I'm sorry, Paul, that you didn't get to see a whole lot of it. I
No,
hadn't
dude.
told anyone
Hey, I
this
arrived
was
late.
going to be the last session of the season. You guys knew it was coming up though. I had spoken about it, but in my head I was like, what's like a good way to like end it on a cliffhanger for season 2
Yeah.
that makes it easier on me to write. So I was thinking, I'm kind of sad that the combat was fine. But
Fun.
And now the generator is gonna be exploding for the next 34 episodes. Find out what happens next on Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z.
While something else, while another story's going on. None of you are dead. But I thought that would have been a really interesting way
No,
for the season to end.
I think Hammer dies, but then immediately the same actor in a cowboy hat comes in. It says,
Named Sickle.
I'm Hammer's brother.
Sickle.
Put me on the team to honor his memory.
Hammer's brother, Sickle, and he has a giant sickle.
Wait, hold on. He's on to
You're
something.
cooking. You're cooking.
But I
am
hope that
here
wasn't.
to reap what you've sown.
I hope that season finale wasn't too disappointing.
No.
Was
Of
it?
course not.
And did you guys like the characters that I had introduced? Like the trio
They
of
are very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like those guys a lot. I wrote them. They're part of all of these characters that you fight are gonna be in like the comic I make. So this is like beta testing of like, are these characters cool? You guys are like my focus group, basically. But okay.
Except
yes.
we're focused on kicking their ass.
Yeah, but you still say they look cool, so I'm happy.
Damn, Hammer never got to steal that guy's goggles back.
That's true.
It's
That's
like
true.
you're not gonna see them again. You're not dead. I'm putting that out. Stop insisting that you're dead, unless you genuinely want your character to die so you can play a different character in season 2. But if not, you guys are presumably not dead. It's gonna hurt like hell when you guys wake up, but
Yeah, next season you wake up in literal hell.
you wake up and you just
You'll
hear.
die.
Oh wait,
wake
that
up.
would be sick.
You wake up and it's.
We have to fight our way out of hell, and that's season 2.
Get up, we
You
are here
guys,
to raise some hell. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You guys are. But yeah, that is. I hope that wasn't too abrupt. I don't know when Dingle's gonna be good to go, but.
I mean, I definitely gotta write that synopsis now. I've been kind of dragging my feet on that.
I
Hell
didn't mean
yeah,
it
you
to
do.
be like that. It's just I had spoken that I was hoping to end the season because I was kind of running a bit out of like Dungeon Master steam. I'm gonna be honest,
Oh yeah.
because we've been how many episodes have we done so far, including this one? It would be 12. So I think that's pretty good for a season. I know some of them go a bit longer, and I apologize that mine didn't. But this is like maybe
I-
my first
I
time.
apologize that mine do.
We've had ones that were way shorter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you guys still enjoyed my first time DMing though.
Hell yeah.
It was great.
And again, this cliffhanger, not in the terms of you're dead, but where you're gonna end up. Which is hell. No, which is just I can't tell you, but you're gonna end up somewhere. That is that.
It blasts us
feels good.
straight up into the higher security prison in space.
Jailbreak Part 2. But now if you try going outside, you just die because of no air. But no. But yeah, there is that is that. I was like, I introduced the other characters. I had that thought like in between, like when combat started, like when it was starting, like when it initiated last session before it really started, and I'm like, it's like they got two options. They can try and brute force, or they can kill the generator, and that's like the secret ending. Not that it's a secret. You guys were going for the generator, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but my game plan was always focus down the generator, get our powers, and then kick their shit in. But
Well, I was trying to fight.
I
but
sort of
then,
pivoted since
I was just in the process
Smoke
of
Man was
miasma.
trying to. Yeah, miasma was.
Yeah.
Gave me a bit more confidence in him.
Miasma told us to focus on Red Cardinal because he had the generator.
It was a DMV the entire time.
He didn't. His ass did not have that generator.
His ass did not have it.
I'm sorry that Fraudasmus has Listen, he was a good friend of Jailbird. You got to give him some kind of respect. He's like the uncle that you think is cool, but like when push comes to shove, he's kind of not the best.
He's got some good planning skills. But yeah, his improv needs a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean he turns into smoke. What do you want him to do, mate? Compared to the guy that has a giant hammer or the guy made of liquid. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I just realized we do not have to go through all the. I mean, let's hear everyone's favorite moments for everyone.
We
else.
do
We
have
have
to.
to.
It does matter.
I think we do have to.
We do. This is for the honorary like hero points that exist in our heads. And I am going to. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to export this room so that it will be exactly the way it was when we come back to it.
Also, I realized, yeah, we do already have the canonical hell on our side, so.
Yeah, you have Butlin Deemer.
And Eobard.
Eobard, yeah.
We're
It's just
so
like-
set up for a hell season, bro. I think you gotta kill us.
Yeah, but what do you fight in hell? Because hell is full of evil people.
We fight our way out.
We fight our way out.
Alright, I'll think about it. I've got time at least.
Not to pigeonhole you either, but yeah. I'm fine with whatever you want to do.
But, alright, favorite moments from everyone? Dingle, what were your favorite moments? And you know what? Just because I want to hear it, do you have any favorite moments from the whole season about me? If not, that's okay, but... You don't wanna... If you can't remember. That's probably a lot harder than just...
That is like way
It
hard.
is a lot harder.
That is like really hard.
There's
Never mind,
definitely
sorry.
a recency bias for that.
Sorry, fellas, never mind.
But
Never mind that, it's alright, dude.
that's good.
I'm gonna stick to the normal ones, I think.
Okay.
I would have to actually think about what my favorite moment of the season is overall.
Damn.
It's a hard pick, yeah.
That means I'm definitely killing Hammer because you didn't do that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna have my own hell arc, dude.
But yeah, go ahead with Sam and Gucky. I'm already forgetting the names. I'm already ready to move on to the next campaign, fellas.
And this is the dude who wants me to remember what my favorite moment from fucking episode 3
Listen,
was.
rules don't apply to me, but to thee.
True, so true.
Alright, one's gotta go to Gucky for destroying that coffee maker. That was a critical...
That was a great... I feel like that was a good Joker on my end.
I know you were setting up for the big reveal where we were about to have Red Cardinal on the ropes, and then he just slams that whole pot of coffee to heal himself and start the second phase.
I've been found out. Damn.
He totally fucking nailed you on that one.
Yeah.
And I also got to give one to Sam for for the like. I really liked the just how he used the like the phase through things device in general, but my favorite was definitely using it to fake a punch so we could kick Red Cardinal in the nuts.
I'm proud of that one.
That's some good shit. Did you say Zedgens yet? Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
My brain is fucking scrambled. Zell, what are your moments?
I hate that it didn't work out, but I really love the visual of Gucky just like as a block of ice, just rocking back and forth into the generator.
I was so hoping that worked.
Yeah, I had my fingers crossed for that one, but yeah, it did not end up working out, unfortunately.
Yeah, one
But
card
I think
flip is
it's
tough.
just like a really real creative use of your situation.
Yeah.
And then I mean Hammer obviously trying to like outstrength the guy that's trying to grapple him and just fucking just saying, no you gotta come over here now. I think is very on brand.
Alright. Mine
Yeah.
are I gotta give one to Hammer for I had it in mind just now, and it just escaped my mind.
That's it. Gaki's dying. Fuck you. Just kidding.
Welcome to the Hell Arc.
Now you have to battle through 9 rings of hell.
I genuinely just had a moment. What the fuck?
You all gotta start writing this shit down.
Apparently.
Pretty sure that is like exactly what Brown did. I think Brown actually had like a physical list that he updated as the session went on, so he could remember, so that he could like A, remember what happened, and B, have like multiple options if someone said one he wanted to say first.
Oh, it was shouting at Miasma's unconscious body.
Yeah.
He fucking deserved that shit. And I gotta give one to Sam for embracing the healer role somewhat in his own way.
I mean, it was always kind of in the cards with the biology pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I'm glad to have made it work.
It definitely kept both me and Zedrin from dying this combat. But, of course, in the end, we still died anyway. Hashtag Hell Arc.
God damn it. Yeah, you guys left out Paul. What was your favorite moments from Paul? How could you do this to him?
My favorite moment was when I joined in, like at the ass end of a session in the entire campaign, and
I'm sorry about that.
The literal last hour of the campaign.
I'm really sorry about that, Paul.
I tune in into the music, and it's fucking Yakuza music playing, and
you can't tell me that's not bass, though.
Of course it is bass. It's fucking Yakuza. And when fucking one of the videos stopped playing for a moment, and I saw there the Ballad of the Mech Warrior unsuggested. Yeah, that was also fucking based. I don't know. I came in, I saw all the cards, went, "What the fuck am I looking at?" And
it's honestly a pretty easy system. If it's honestly a pretty easy system.
After a moment when you started drawing the cards and saying, "Oh, success."
Yeah, it's literally just success and failure.
That's how it works. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. It's just a deck full of successes and failures. That's literally it. But yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to Dingle's next campaign. Paul, will you
Hell
be joining
yeah.
us for that, or are you still busy on Sundays?
I might join. Like today. Today I
It's
was
probably
running
a couple
again.
weeks out
Join.
still.
It's a few weeks out.
Probably.
I don't know what the time is, but we start basically 2 hours from ago, so like 3:30 EST every Sunday. I don't know if you're busy. I don't know what the time
Not
is in
at
Poland,
that
man.
time. 2 hours from so that would be 9 p.m. my time. Yeah, I would be free at that time because I
Yeah.
finish my Sunday sessions around 7 p.m. Like today
Yeah.
we finished 6:30, so yeah, I would be free.
The door's
Yeah,
always
they're
open,
only
and
like
we're
they're only
and
like
we're
2 hour sessions. So.
and we always say like even if you can't join at the start, we always let people just come in the middle of it too if they want, honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would be.
And Dingle,
Let's
Right.
go.
and we
Then,
can walk it. We
then
can
watch the RPG channel then, because probably
subscribe.
within the next
Join.
couple of days, I'll probably be like posting the doc for the new session for the new campaign that has like sort of like the synopsis of the theme and the whole like story.
Here, Paul.
It's gonna
link
be-
I'll also
I'm
poke
I'm swapping the
freelance
current
because
DM
we
role.
were talking about maybe
Yeah.
both of us joining in.
Yeah, he's talked about possibly joining too. Feel free to watch, and we don't have a Patreon
Yeah,
or
you must
YouTube
consume
membership.
all this,
You
all
must
these
consume-
videos.
You must consume our
You must
our
watch
TTRPG
160
slop.
sessions.
Consume.
Damn, 160 fucking sessions.
That's yeah.
We're
And again,
crazy.
how long have we been doing this? We've been doing this for like what, almost
It's-
5 years now?
It's been a while.
Since like
Let me see. If you go
I
back to
believe
the
it
first
was
one, 20 yeah, 2020.
2020.
It'll be in December. It'll be 5 years, fellas. That's crazy. Can you believe
It
this
is.
started like, well, I guess it wasn't the pandemic anymore, but 2020 feels like it's been like 50 fucking lifetimes ago at this point.
we're
That's
all
why we're
yeah.
bringing it. That's why we're bringing it back in 2025.
We're
So
all
true.
unks now. But yeah. While the fellows are here, are you guys busy in the evening, or do you want to play some slop a bit later?
I
can
could
play-
swap.
I can play, maybe not like right now, but I can definitely play later.
And you've got that bizarre run going, I forgot.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I can pick that up whenever.
Oh, I didn't know you. Oh, right, you could just. It's all asynchronous. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can, it doesn't.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I forgot. It's just because you fight other players that I always forget that you. It's like you don't. You could just do it whenever.
it's
and it
not
doesn't
like
matter.
real-time multiplayer.
I was gonna say I have to possibly run a quick errand, but I'm down to play
I've
once
also
that's
got to be
over.
right back.
But all right, Paul. What about you? You down for some slop? Or are you busy?
Bro, it's 11:30 p.m. What would I be fucking doing on a Sunday night? If I
sorry.
don't go to sleep and I don't feel very tired right now, I'm still kind of energized after my session. Yeah, I'll be that for stop. I'll just grab another beer and a sandwich.
Okay, I'll be right back. I just have to